So in this video, I want to talk about burpees over something, whether it's a bar or a dumbbell, especially because we have the CrossFit Open coming up in the near future. There's often burpees over something. So we're going to talk about just quick efficiency tips to help us move quickly, faster, and control our heart rate. So I have a bar set up over here. We can either do the burpee facing the bar or burpee lateral, depending on the standards of movement for that workout. We'll start with the burpee facing the bar. So again, as we say, however you need to get down to the ground, get that chest fully on the ground. It's how do we come up and then make it over to the bar. First thing is I want to make sure I am at a good distance away from the bar. So I'm not going to be too far away, because then even if I come up, I want to have multiple steps to make it to the bar before I hop over. So I want to know when I go down, my head's going to be very close to the bar. So however you want to get down, my chest is the floor. So then when I come up, I'm going to take the leg that's furthest away. So if I'm at this diagonal, slight diagonal, I'm going to step, kind of worm up. And this is in slow-mo. I want to take my outside leg up. I want to take one big step up, foot replaces the hand here, and then hop across. And then as I come down, I'm turning, step, step, hop, step, step, hop. So I'm minimizing the amount of steps I'm taking to get to and over the bar. So it should ideally be 2. So 1, 2, hop. Another option, something especially if I want to move faster, it's going to be more of a wipe, I want to swipe my legs around to the side. As I go down, I'm going to get into this kind of cobra position. I'm going to pop my hips up and swing my hips and feet to one side. And I'm already at that lateral, ready to hop over right next to the bar. And then once I land, I get ready to touch down and pivot. Here, up, staying nice and low. Now, if I'm doing lateral burpees and I don't have to face the bar, I'm staying facing in that same direction. As I go down, you can get down however you need. I'm still going to, option 1, get to this cobra position. That outside leg, the one furthest away from the bar, steps up. 1, 2, I'm ready to hop. Back to the floor. Chest down, 1, 2, hop. On both of these variations, I'm trying to stay nice and low. I'm expending too much energy if I'm standing all the way up and then having to hop over. So I'm using some of that momentum to stay low and carry that into the jump. And I'm doing that at a pace that I can feel like I can breathe with every rep. I'm exhaling on the way down. I'm holding that tension as I come back up, jump, exhale, hold, and breathe. All right, for this rendition, we're using a dumbbell. So we already looked at the barbell and how we can jump over that. Dumbbell, it's a little bit lower, so you can jump a little bit easier and faster over the top, but we do have to be careful for the standard to make sure we are jumping over the center of that dumbbell and not jumping behind. So first things first is, if it helps, make a mark on the floor, whether it's with your hands or where your feet should be, so that when you lay down and you are in the bottom of the burpee, that dumbbell should be at your thigh. So that when I do come up, I'm standing right next to the dumbbell and I'm ready to hop over. If I was to be any further back and it's up near my chest and shoulders, and I try to jump, I'm jumping behind the dumbbell or I have to take an extra step forward. So what I'm trying to do is keep my chest in front of the dumbbell. I come up, here. And again, just like in the other bar facing burpees, bar over the burpee, or burpees over the bar, I'm staying low and not expending the extra energy to stand up and then hop. I'm using that momentum as I come up here, and I have less range of motion I have to go through in order to get back to the floor. Again, we can still go over those steps. Do I hop my feet up? Do I step my feet up? Part of that's going to be based on your breathing cadence and how many am I doing. So on my way up, I can step, step, hop, or 2-foot hop, 2-foot hop. So either of those work. It's what can you maintain for an extended period of time without having to stop and take a break. All right, so those are our burpees over the bar or an object. Hopefully you found those tips helpful. You can practice that rhythm and cadence on the steps or jumps and staying low to be a bit more efficient and faster on the burpees.